Here we are, guys, with your round 3 Sufix BASS Pro champion of the Megabass round here at Lake Somerset, John Ciancio. Well done, buddy. You must be pretty stoked.
I'm absolutely wrapped. If there was a ABT tournament that I wanted to win, it was Somerset. It is like the prestige tournament to win. Definitely Somerset.
Up on stage earlier, you mentioned previous tournament here. You went out in second place on the second day. Exactly what happened today, and it was a little bit of deja vu for you, mate.
Oh, it very much was. Last year when I went out in second place, I was very nervous. This year I was actually very calm and relaxed, and I think that was what helped me succeed with today for sure.
The first thing, as a tournament director, when you're sitting back here, you're seeing people come back in and you get signals. Mate, you come back in early, you had a grin on your face, and I said, I'll go and grab his camera, and the first thing you said to me is, we whacked him. We absolutely whacked him.
Oh, we absolutely whacked them. This morning, you know, when we got our first fish up at Pelican Point, it was one fish. The sounder went blank. The Garmin LiveScope, it doesn't tell you any lies. If they're there, they're there, and if they're not, they're not. So I said, let's go back into Bay of Plenty. I said, I know there's some there yesterday, we just couldn't get them to bite. And we pulled up. It was double hook up for the first 2 casts, and then Tony missed one, and I got one, and then the 4th cast, double hook up again. We're shuffling fish all over the floor because we just had too many fish coming in the boat. We were upgrading, releasing. We think we've got some pretty good camera footage for you.
Oh, that's awesome, mate. And also, you've just mentioned there the LiveScope. That is the 3 rounds this year we've had, and all 3 rounds have been taken out with anglers using LiveScope.
It is best investment ever. I absolutely love it. It shows you everything, and I love it. Love it.
Oh, that's awesome, mate. Mate, talk us through your rod and reel here. You can find the fish, but at the end of the day, you still have to catch them. So talk us through what you've got here.
That's correct, yeah. I just use the Abu Garcia Vertes rod in a 3 to 5 kilo rod. I use 8-pound Sufix with 10-pound leader, and I was using an 18-gram and a 12-gram Norris Wasabi spoon. Not sure of the colour. It's chrome with purple stripes and a black top on it. That's the lure. I would run a clip on the top with a set of assist hooks and keep the treble on the bottom. They were grabbing either the assists or the treble. It didn't really matter. On the Saturday bite, we were catching them, so you would see on the LiveScope they would be hard on the bottom and at 48 feet, and they would go all the way up to about 25 feet. So I worked out if I cast it out, let it hit the bottom, and slow roll it just enough to get the spoon to start vibrating, and you would do about 30 winds. They would hit it on the wind, not on the pause or the free spool. And then this morning, polar opposites. They were still lit up in the same amount of depth from about 45 feet through to about 25 feet, and you would roll it all the way up through them. They wouldn't touch it. As soon as you free spooled it, they would just take off with it, and it didn't matter whether you opened the bail arm and they took off straight away, or it'd be nearly at the bottom and it would just take off.
And that's a great insight into changing up techniques. You could have stayed there yesterday and done the same thing today, but you didn't. You've changed up your technique and capitalised on that. Now, let's just also talk about, you mentioned you're running Sufix there. You also took out the Sufix $300 Pro award there. That looks like you said it was 8-pound, Sufix Aquaneno.
Yes.
One of my favourites. Talk us through it, mate.
It's literally the second time I've used it. I bought it and used it at Wivenhoe. Unfortunately, I got no fish at Wivenhoe. Was a tough tournament. But this time round, I find it's got good, strong knot holds. It cuts through the water really good. So when I start winding, once the spoon is on the bottom, it actually cuts through the water really quick, and I can feel contact with the lure within the first couple of winds. So that's what I noticed I liked about it. So it was very sensitive pretty much from the word go.
And it's just great to see our ABT anglers supporting the ABT sponsors and using their products and winning tournaments. Mate, just before we go, I'm sure you've got plenty of guys you want to thank.
I do, mate. First of all, I have to thank my wife. She's if she didn't let me come and fish these things, I don't know. I just absolutely love coming fishing tournaments, and my sponsors. Without my sponsors, I honestly wouldn't be here. BTR, Burpengary Truck Refinishing, they help me financially make these events. And then Sludgy's Lures, they've backed me for years. They with soft plastics and stuff like that. They're absolutely awesome. Vehicle Masters, they help me out with jerseys and everything. So that's just fantastic. And Brooksy's jigs, like his jigs are good.
Well done, mate. Congratulations. You've had a cracking weekend, mate. One more time, your Somerset champion, John Ciancio.